And we are back. Hello everybody, we are going to play another episode of Divinity Original Sin, Eternal Edition number 1. Last time we found out there were a hidden place, but we ended up in end time.
I'll find you yet.
I have no idea who that is he's talking about, but we found out that Ahu, the cat man, is apparently an agent of Zigzags. He has given us some sort of cube that we have to use,
More prey.
and triangle, pyramid, and see where it leads. So hopefully it won't lead us too far away, and hopefully we won't die. Let's get started.
My gods, what is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you?
Well, perfect, we can't see who's in there. It's in a bathroom. Privacy. We were a swarf rogue, but it's not the rogue that speaks right now. Damn it. Let's take number 3. What the... Okay. Uh-oh. Ha-ha!
A magical pyramid, eh? Frivolous and lecherous magic, more like. Leave my house, afore the divines punish you for your aberrant ways.
What you get for trying?
Oh, no, you know, let's reload and try that again.
No!
Now we know what happens. Now we know what, yeah, I think we can do this. Okay, so, let's pyramid.
Gods, what is going on here?
Well, that was
First I have to
Dash.
shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you?
That's Wolf. Okay, rock, paper, scissors. What? No! Ah, this ain't good.
Little mix-up indeed. I don't know what you and that horrible little imp are planning, but leave my bathroom out of it.
Imp? Okay. I'll just...
Out! No!
If she
you
soaks in
please.
flower stink much
This
longer,
is
deer will
private.
smell this lady from a field away. I'll save a leg of something good for when she begins to starve.
Hey! Stop that!
How can I get out then?
Titillating
Don't
reasons.
just stand there.
But because you could do with
Go.
a dab of floral perfume. Quaintly odorous physique of yours.
Interesting device, these pygmies around pyramid. They may be small of stature, but their potential is gigantic, deceivingly clever. It is a trait all demonic machinations share. Yes, demonic, so very obvious to the trained eye. These apparatuses have been forged among the voids of the outer space, where the light of the stars does not reach.
You do well to treat them with the utmost care. Perhaps it would even be for the best if you sling them into the reaches of infinity that surround the shelter plane. Better safe than sorry. It is an uncommonly trite thing to say, but it applies to all things demon-dreamt and devised. How I pity you. You have a mouth, but do not taste. Eyes, but do not see. Ears, but do not hear. So let me state this clearly, Hunter, that you must always remember, always, that when demons are in play, you are the hunted, and that it takes stupendous cunning and strength to escape their snares.
Alright.
The very moment you are certain you have them in your grip, that is the moment their traps spring, and it is their grip that shatters your soul.
Okay.
Dueling with demons is like playing chess against an opponent with queens for pawns. They sit and grin while your pieces slip in the sweaty fear that drops from your beleaguered brow.
And how do we get this pyramid? And why am I blue all of a sudden? I have no idea why I'm blue. Is that lead-in type thing? Ah, this ain't good.
I've got my eyes on the prize.
Alright, that's how we did it. Should have figured. Alright, yeah, tavern. We never checked the tavern, did we?
Come now, Alistair.
Why are everybody having collars now?
Once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
What do you think you're doing?
Saffrons, I dare say.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade.
Yeah.
This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned.
I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him. Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you.
Oh.
See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name.
Alistair.
There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights.
They say he's
What they
privy
want
to-
in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing.
Ah, I found that.
Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicile. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup. By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicile hinterlands. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do.
Ah.
Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
What's your next plan?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town.
Can I have more than 4?
I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator. More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thaleron for another.
What's Thaleron?
And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow. You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural.
Oh, okay.
Now don't get me wrong. I think the mayor's a decent sort, even if he can't hear farther than the tip of his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law. I suspect an illegal source, artifact, or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Sicil, I don't have the authority to interrogate him.
Alright.
Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker than splints and tonics. A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. What business could he have among the undead? Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say. But it seems you've got all the help you need, haven't you? More's the pity. We could have beheaded 100 Source Yetis in the name of the Order.
Oh, this is so hard. Why do I have a weapon drawn? Oh, okay.
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
Okay, you do.
You think you can speak that way to a... Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
Wait. Let's check out something here. Let's see.
Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Murder of the Council is a clear-cut case of sorcery, and we are.
The likes of which I doubt you can
Landed.
fathom, old friend.
Oh, my good man. Drink, you please.
Oh, okay. Right, when is this? I can hardly.
So you're just hanging around the inn,
Sure,
are you?
you've met your match
Waiting for
once
what,
or twice.
Oh, thank you. The closest I've come to my matches when I linger over long while writing my
You
pipe.
think you can speak that way
Careful
to a...
now. Your
Well,
head's
suffice
growing
to
more
say it, I've
swollen
got
than
my
saffrons,
eye
I dare
on
say.
you, Baron.
I am a duke protected.
Alright. Let's get back here. Where's Piglungen? Oh, you. Okay. Find letter from Duke. Oh, the plot thickens.
In his defense, not much rhymes with murder.
You can travel from one pyramid to an. This is not it. There. Your lips are red as emerald, your hair as black as birch, your love is like cholesterol, and oh my heart, it hurts. I want to hold you in my arms and stroke your little head, And all this would be easier if the Counselor Jake were dead. Forever yours, the D of F. Duke of Ferrell. Well, where do we find the Duke of Ferrell?
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have a seat and stay a while.
I'm busy. Actually,
Closest I've come to mine patches when
Oh,
I
my
linger
good
over long
man.
while lighting my
Drink,
pipe.
you please.
Look careful
Please
now.
do keep
Your
shouting.
head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
there we go. Things I don't need. Skull do I need. These I don't need.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
There we go.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that.
Oh wait.
Oh, again? Psst. Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same.
Ooh.
I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counselor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well have been a battlefield. Whoever done it has escaped through the window, but I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that. Councillor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake. Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrell, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it.
Duke and Roll still in this tavern. So maybe he's upstairs? Citizen.
Greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so abhor the hustle and bustle of the marketplace. That I am. I have spent more of my life on the road travelling alongside great caravans than I have in any given place in Rivellon. All of this earth is my home, for a few days or even but a few hours at a time, that is. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. All the better that it isn't for you and for me, because outlandish events lead to outlandish wares. Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter.
Alright. Ooh. She has a lot of pretty stuff. Oh, armor. For a lot of money. I can use more of these, that's for sure. I guess I can like sell these. I really don't know what to use them for. Okay, can't do that apparently. Can I like lower the okay, I can. So let's say 5. That's good. Jahan says this, and this. Can't really say anything. So that, and that. What spells do we got? Oh, wait. Are those rogue spells? It is. Hmm. I really want to buy stuff from her, but it's really expensive. So, no thank you. Bye-bye. Over here, there's just... that needs to be cleaned up. Clean up on aisle 4. More like a barrack thing. I wonder where he sleeps. Right. Other areas in this place you can see. Ah. Francis. Francis!
Greetings, traveller, and may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard the revelation?
What revelation?
You mean you haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one who has, as yet, been lost. Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given us a special gift, and the gift is thus. By following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkle within the goddess's right eye.
Right.
She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined. She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess.
And the one way?
Ah, for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed. There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way. Go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
Yeah.
He says he's an immaculate. But I thought they'd been bad.
Pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind.
Usually they're a damn
So
sight
you wrangled a position in the Fabulous Five, have you? I'm fairly brimming with enthusiasm at the prospect of calling you a partner. You'd better leave me undisturbed, or my emotions might just bubble over. How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar.
Oh, of course.
Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business. And anyone with an ounce of tact would have known that already.
Alistair, Anna.
Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of
Oh, my good
challenging
man.
the fabled wizard of
you
Hunter's
please.
Edge?
Please do
Fortune?
keep shouting
Ha!
in my
He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say.
Right.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Right. I need to find that Esmeralda woman. I bet she has some answers for me. Council's wife. Crime, Duke film.
Assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been fighting those awful orcs. I can't bear to imagine something would happen to you.
Woman.
The hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. As far as I knew, it was one of his pastimes, nothing more. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is all too much. I feel like I'm drifting from nightmare into nightmare.
Oh my god, stop it.
Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you would better find the evidence to back up your ridiculous claim. Oh, don't put stock in the hastily scribbled words of a lovelorn fool. This letter, it was a show of passion. A poorly worded passion I did not echo in the least. The Duke, he's like a spoiled child. He's not a man. He's not like Septimus.
Oh. Haha. Okay. I'd love to see what you're hiding around this house. Sure I can find something. Okay.
Now this is valuable.
Indeed it is. Huh. This certainly is interesting. Yeah, no.
Assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been something would happen to you.
Oh, but don't you worry. Trained soldiers who fear my own.
Oh, this is also part of it. Oh, guys, this is good. I think we can sneak in. But before that, saving. Hello. In chest key. That one's a lot. Prison.
So that's what that did.
Ah. This is interesting. Yes, 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 yes. Get away with that.
Bloody dagger. Could this have been involved in the crime?
It certainly piques one's interest, doesn't it?
Let's get the heck out of here. Okay, we found a bloody dagger. We found a bloody dagger. Could this be the murder weapon? We better confront this gory evidence. Yeah, we should, but I'm thinking we still need to figure something else out here.
Sauce Hunter! Oh,
Ah, woman. Chest key. In chest key. What chest though? That chest.
You please. Please do keep shouting.
Can we like find out where that graveyard, Esmeralda.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
But no one knows where he is.
That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine golden.
Like, the only room we haven't checked is upstairs in here. Maybe there's something downstairs as well. We don't know. Let's check the cellar. Okay.
From the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
And a detail, isn't it? How do I identify this? I can't. I need an identifying glass or something. Chest key. I sold everything for nearly everything for fire. That's the only fire thing I have. Damn it. Is there a cow down here? Because I haven't seen no cow down here. Oh. Oh. This is certainly different. Didn't you have like telekinesis or something? Man. Right, this is what we learned, man. This is what we were taught this. shield.
Careful now, that's a trap.
If there ever was any, yeah. Okay. Oh, what a painful experience. I am not good at the sneaking job. Okay, nobody's looking right now. Oh, I found a lot of cool stuff though. None of what I need. Where does this feral live? Oh, I'm...
A source hunter. I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot.
Please do keep
I
shouting.
think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open. But I was paralyzed with fright. Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, pass through these doors for a pint and a place to rest.
Oh, my good
Careful
man.
now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
Shouting in my ear.
So, she jumped out the door and rushed. Cloaked woman. Do we need... I think we need to find a cloak or something. Some sort of cloak. Not sure if that guy won't kill me again, so I'll avoid that place. I really don't know where to look though. And fat sheep. I am so confused on where to look. I'm generally
Come one, come all, and see the amazing singing severed. Sight only sentient severed head.
if only I could talk with animals. Maybe they know something. Shall serve was the person I had to talk to.
Who are you supposed to be? Katarina's given the go-ahead, has she? Tell me when you're ready to begin, and I'll show you to your places and gather you whatever. Fantastic!
Alright, you.
Fantastic! What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front of you. And look, well, I've stumbled into quite the find.
Okay, we've tried that before.
Come on! Can't you hear this? What is it this time?
Alright, let's do
Ready for
this.
your trial by fire, you mean? There's no more savage foe than an audience, my dear. But I'm sure you'll do just fine. May the show begin! Not planning on playing to an empty audience, are you? Wait until I...
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated.
I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself.
stage is yours.
Oh, come on! We haven't got all day!
When did you say this was a... Simply marvelous!
The crowd seems to know the tale. They wholly approve of your beginning.
An encore?
Simply marvelous.
Good show!
Good show.
Fantastic!
Fantastic!
Fantastic.
The crowd is thrilled. Whatever will happen next is sure to excite them.
Oh, I hope there's an encore!
Fantastic.
Good show!
Fantastic.
Fantastic!
Fantastic. Bravo.
Fantastic!
The crowd seem quite impressed with your delivery. Keep it up.
Fantastic. Good show. Bravo. Good show. Bravo.
Simply
Fantastic.
The crowd gasps. They're on the edge of their seats. Go on. Push them over.
That sounds really suggestive. Land.
Bravo.
Gasps ring out across the audience. They must know how it ends. They simply must.
Fantastic!
Good show.
Simply marvelous!
Bravo.
Bravo!
The crowd explodes into applause and appreciation. You've woven them a tale of desperation and hope, and they are alive with the thrill of it.
I haven't seen a show like that in years! I'm all a quiver! I haven't seen a show like that in years! I'm all a quiver!
Across his realm. Today, I think.
Oh, that's right.
King, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machine. Re mi fa sol la ti. Oh, excuse me. It won't be the word.
It's the future of entertainment!
That was really something else. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Come on!
He couldn't have sprouted legs and wandered off.
You say you will take me under your wing, but I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears? In truth, this is a relief. And so the wise god
We heard this before.
raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see... Enjoying the fair, aren't you? Of course you are. Entertainment is Katarina's #1 export to this gloomy town.
Calling you!
Best in sight seal.
Performers! Showmen! Show all of them! Seal, what you're made of!
Well. So we did a good job. Now to find out where to take the head. Down place, base, founding.
Have some pity.
You there!
Reginald Cellar.
Alright.
The best in sight seal. The best.
Wow.
Cedric's show is a doozy.
Woo!
Come on! Come on!
What did I do? Oh.
To Reginald Sellers, not here, not now. We'll be better off speaking in the... Not here, not. It won't be the worst.
Okay.
Have some pity.
Picked up the head.
Not here, not now. We'll be better off speaking in the privacy of the cellar. There are eyes and ears. It won't be the.
Say cellar, but I don't know which one you're talking about.
Can you spare
Reginald's cellar. Where do I find a cellar? Where does Reginald even live? Go here. Recipe book.
I could have had a new lamb by now if that Bruce had taken to a woolly lass instead of that head.
House of Healing Potions. Okay. Okay, so there seems to be some... No cellars in here, that's for certain. No cellars in here.
What's taking Tenderfoot?
Oh, wait. That was third thing. Theleron.
Come, make your case.
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of 2, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold.
Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia, as my memory serves. But no matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the Order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Huh?
I already dislike him. What is happening in there? Let me ask about your affairs.
Certainly, what would you like to know? I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years and still haven't come a step closer to solving it. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men. The Counselor, terrible loss that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret, you know.
Uh-huh.
Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of me. Perhaps I can jog your memory. It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of Atropa belladonna in her morning tea. I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single application of Cicuta Douglasii on the tongue. Not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my apprentice Evelyn to make quite a name for herself around Sicile of late.
Apprentice?
Yes. If that's how we're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method she refuses to share with her own master. She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration. She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic feats of healing. Let me take the briefest look at it. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it with the power to heal.
Right.
Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silverglen to learn the truth myself. Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I expect she'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all.
Right.
Make your case.
Interesting indeed. Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, excuse me. This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the Seven do you think you are barging in here? I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I to meddle with life and death this way?
What do you mean?
I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! But this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and 2 direly wounded men who need it. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than I. What would you like to know?
Boris.
One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away. Quite the venerable staple of Seal, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement, no less. Nearly everyone in Seal is familiar with grinning Stephen, and, as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family. Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loik by name, in the northern town of Silver Glen. He is of a certain faith, the Immaculates they call themselves, that espouses the belief that certain stones can heal wounded flesh. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. A small cut on my finger instantly healed, leaving no trace of the wound. Needless to say, I was astounded. But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. It takes time to regain its magical properties, and I guard it cautiously.
All right.
You are? I thank you a million times for your help. Who have you decided should receive the healing stone?
Those men hardly sound long for this world. What's taking Tenderfoot so long?
Yes, Boris deserves to experience all the pleasures of life that Stephen has already enjoyed.
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man. My heart breaks for the other.
Interesting.
No, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning.
Pleasure in bidding you
What the?
farewell.
Worthy of such grave responsibilities.
I'm feeling stronger already. 1,000 thanks to you, my... I promise I won't waste the life you've given me. What will I do? What won't I do? Seeing how short life can be, how easily it can be taken from you. I'll see it all, do it all, and after I've climbed every mountain in Rivalon and smooched every girl who'll have me, I'll devote myself to learning the magic that saved me. Everyone deserves to feel the thrill of a renewed life. I'll see you around then. I'm liable to spring out of this bed at any minute.
One inert stone.
I feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell, friend.
Can't say I didn't want to live. Wanted it with every fiber of my heart. Not just for my own sake, but for my family, you know. Oh, my Matilda. Enjoy what remains of your life, will you? Never know when it'll be snatched out from under you.
Deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful.
We got a new home thing.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful.
Right.
Thank you eternally for your help. Though your reaction to the healing stone, I have no idea what to make of it.
Neither have I.
That strange reaction you caused. Blue lightning from a healing stone. I've never seen anything like it. And the stone looks different now, too. Like it's devoid of life. I begin to wonder if its magical properties survived your little reaction.
I'll take my leave.
Farewell, friend.
To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter?
I feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell, friend.
Okay. So... am I the only one who feels off about this? Because I feel off about this. End time. Let's go to end time, because something happened there. I'm not sure what, but...
back, Source Hunters. I've been eagerly expecting you. You found another starstone, haven't you? Go on. Ask me how I did. Ha! Mere child's play when you know what to look for. And luckily, I do. Do you remember when you first arrived on this plane? When the dormant portal that led us to this hall sprang to life?
Yes.
It's happened again, my friend. Another portal has reignited. The end of time is growing by the stone. It's all connected somehow. You, this place, the void, the stones. Soon we'll have unraveled the whole truth. Oh, how I do love a good mystery. You don't imagine that I'd presume to explore it before you? No, that would be most unmannerly. And not to mention, well, no, I'm sure it's nothing. It's just that beyond the portal, I sense a presence that I can't quite account for. It is at once powerful and faint. Perhaps only a shadow, perhaps more. But this is only speculation, of course. Come, let me show you the way. Once you're through, you'll be able to report exactly what we're dealing with.
Okay. I really don't like this.
I wonder who awaits you in the next chamber. I wonder what they'll...
That's right.
What an impressive room.
So it is. A hall fit for kings.
What are you? You're a dryad, a satyr. I'm not sure. It's fork at the end time. Knife at the end time. John Smithen.
You. It cannot be you. But it can only be you. The Guardians. Those I deceived. Those that deserted me.
I'm sorry.
But oh, how weak you have become. As weak as you used to be strong. Look about you. You used to lead, and now you follow. Ignorant of your faults, and ignorant of your fate. That it has come to this. Woe to the world that it has come to this. He won't believe me, the fiend. But they have come, as I prayed they would.
save me yet?
Okay. My friend and ally, the war has been won. Our victory is now inevitable. A fact, a certainty. One might say these last battles we wage are therefore pointless conflicts. But if the enemy won't relent, so be it. Truth be told, I relish in their stubbornness. Give me bloody combat. Give me the thrill of the front line. I shall be the first to break their ranks and the last to leave the battlefield. But you've been absent lately. It goes without saying, I prefer to see you by my side. We shall meet again at the funeral, I suppose. Until then, I bid you adieu. Okay. There's also another guy in there we saw. And there seems to be like stuff around. All this. Cup of End time. Ooh, chest. And you are?
Well, wouldn't you look fine with a strapping warrior at your side? Or is it mages you prefer? An eagle-eyed ranger? A stealthy pickpocket? Take your pick of my sword.
Okay. Ancient letter. Esteemed generals, all of Rivellon thanks you. All of Rivellon is in your debt. Gods and kings bow before you bow before you both, and it is right and proper that they do so. Even they had thought all was lost, that the world was to meet its end, but you turned the tide. Many have fallen, so very, very many. And I know you have suffered a great personal loss as well. Know, generals, that I sympathize deeply. So let us meet in the Hall of Heroes, both to celebrate and to remember, to honor the living and to honor the dead. Signed, Henry, son of William, righteous king of Ferrol. Wait, wasn't that this Duke of Ferrol? We need to find the Duke of Ferrol. That's now obvious to me.
Who do you think the creature in there was?
I haven't a foggiest, but the eerie is that she seems to know us.
Good to see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, is it not? Most certainly. Ah, yes, the Hall of Heroes. Once upon a time, great feasts were held there in honor of heroes graced by the gods themselves. In that room, mortals and immortals dined side by side. I can't think of a better place to gather new heroes, should you come across such rarities, so that when needed, they can serve you in your quest against the void. Like you, she is a mystery. But she seems to know you, doesn't she? Perhaps you'll meet her again, and we'll learn more about her, and about you.
How might I serve our mission? Threads I weave and tales I see. She is one whose history is shrouded in darkness. She is more than a woman.
Obviously.
Though less than a goddess. She knows you. You have wronged her.
Oh.
She is part of the end, though she longs to be part of endlessness.
Right.
The threads tell me that once... Oh, how many eons lie hidden in so small a word. Once, you strode across that hall in shining armor, a sovereign to all who beheld your might.
Interesting.
I can clearly read that armies you have led, demons and dragons you have conquered, that you have ascended.
Okay.
But how can this be now that you stand before me a human, a mortal? How far has your soul fled from the being it used to be? New threats. More threads we need.
Okay, that didn't give you much, but... That didn't give us much, but yeah. We need to find the feral. Yeah, the dude. The other dude, mage dude thing.
Baking like a cake.
Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes, if ever there was one. I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder investigation.
Yep.
But truth be told, the Legion could use your help as well. We've been conducting a series of expeditions into undead territory, and I'm afraid I must admit they've met with very little success.
Who do I speak with?
Lieutenant Selenia at your service. I'm Captain Aureus' second in command, but rest assured I am a lot more kindly inclined towards source hunters than he is. Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition and even rivalry between our orders, but I, for one, have no intention of looking a gift horse in the mouth. And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, Source Hunter. A gift and a blessing. Only heroes such as yourself can make a true difference in this troubled part of the world. Such is my honest conviction. The undead. I pitied them at first. Many among them were once kind and innocent civilians of Sicil after all. No longer do I feel that way, though. Too many of my soldiers have fallen. The dead must be put down without mercy, if we can. The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east. So I suggest you head westward if you want to flex your muscles and test the waters before blindly diving to your death.
That's a fair point.
I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. Under the Pact of Volunteers, 3 expeditions were launched to do just that. But so far, none of their participants have returned. 3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, the burial mounds, and the old church. Places fraught with danger all.
Alright, I know we should probably ask, but... I kinda wanna get on with it. Oh yeah, we've been through this before. Yes, let the chicken live. Let the food live. We're all going to be vegetarians here. Need to find that cellar. Just no idea where to look. Let's just confront her. That's our best move right now. We can only, like, confront her. Confront her with the truth.
The hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. So, what piece of irrefutable... Perhaps it is you who should explain your presence in my cellar. And the dagger? It Simply a butcher knife used by my late husband to cut meat. He did so love to cook, the dear. What'll you think of next? Accusing me of bashing him over the head with a frying pan?
Right, I should have known. Where do I find this Duke of Ferrol? Is it the truth?
Legion's greetings, Hunter. So steadfast will I guard her. You claim used for cookery, was it? Well, that settles it. A perfectly innocent explanation for a perfectly innocent activity. Dearest Esmeralda, I never doubted her. There now, she was stringing Ferrol along. Ha! A pampered brat, that Duke, just like she says. Barks worse than his bite, no doubt. He'll be gone from here the instant he can, but I'll still be here, steadfast and by Milady's side.
Lost stock fool. Maybe I can. Alright. Save.
Oh, what's the point anymore? Stefan! I will never forget.
Retinals. Where do Retinal live? I mean, honestly.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Lonesome, spiritless, perhaps wrestling an
Huh? What do we have here? Interesting. Security lockbox key. No idea what that is. What do we have here? Well, stroke of luck. Cheese, lugs, nothing. Wait. So, if that's a key, is there still in here? Or maybe Reginald does not live here, but... let's check the houses now.
Something interesting.
Oh.
The earth here seems to have...
That's right.
Let's get... As you prepare to break ground, you gaze at the dirt beneath your feet.
Here's hoping we find something...
You plunge your shovel.
Heartless. What? Well, right. Good to save not long ago, eh? I did not see that coming. So, there's a bomb. Alright, there was a key here.
What's this? I found
The earth here.
And a disgrace to whomever is maintaining this gravesite, too.
You step away from the grave.
Nothing came from it. Hello!
Sigurd's beard, what a find!
Oh. Hello. Fake arrow. Reginald's.
Ooh.
Reginald's diary. What we'll find. Fortunate day, a trip down to the beaches of the Black Cove yield a wondrous treasure, a talking head. Katerina says it is the stuff of souls, but how can such a silly gag be the product of dark magic? It insists its name is Nick, but I think I'll call it Stefan. Now, there's a name with a flair of the showman about it. Wouldn't luck have it, the courier knows a story or two already, and what a voice! My show will be the most profitable at the fair. I fairly bolt with joy when I think of the sad sack look on Cedric's face. Alright, we're here.
A little privacy at last. Out of earshot of that contemptible jester. We can finally speak freely.
We're in his house.
Where shall we begin? My true name is Nick. In life, I was an entertainer aboard the ship of the famed Pontius Pirate. I once dared to defy him and he savagely beheaded me for the attempt. Little did I know the abuse was only beginning. A wandering sorcerer, mad as the day is long, found my severed head on the beach and resurrected me. I spent months in his company listening to him blather on about his every inane opinion. When I asked him to return my head to my body, it must be in the Black Cove still, he became enraged and tossed my head into the sea. Reginald stumbled upon me some days later and consigned me into his horrid little show. I know not how long I've been entertaining slack-jawed imbeciles at the Seal Fair. All I know is I just can't take you anymore. That charlatan doesn't have a lick of his own talent, so he begs, borrows and beats it from those of us with a real vision for the stage. What I wouldn't give to give old Reggie a swift kick in the jugglers. Oh, to have legs again. More than anything. But the chances are so slim with the Black Cove utterly infested with Pontius's undead cronies. My poor lost body is among them, sightless and silent in their vile company. For all I know, they're using it as a coat rack. Traveller, if there were any way you would brave the cove's depths and reunite me with myself, you'd be doing me the only kindness I'd have received in as long as my poor memory serves. It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered. Get on with it then.
Alright. Well, we learn something every day, don't we? Still don't know anything about the murder.
Well, what sort of arrows? Red and orange.
Oh, hello.
You know nothing.
I'm dead. I'm
Wait,
dead
what?
at every exit.
Hello, proportionate one. I can see from the symmetry in your face that you are a great fan of the fine arts. No, I'm a painter by trade.
Oh no.
Source hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're finally getting a hand. Things is chaos. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like me dear plump Ogget, the finest in me herd. I recently sold most of the tender loves to a trader heading north. Plenty of business that way these days. Those miners must be preparing for a mighty great yes.
Whoops.
Oh, Ogget's been missing for more than a fortnight. I love that sheep, you know. Was planning to cook her into a fine midwinter night haggis myself. Do tell me if you hear anything about her. I plan on pursuing whoever stole her with my cleaver in hand. Now that the herd's gone, old Birchie's just scratching by like a hen till the next batch of beasties comes through.
Dearest customer, I've never seen
Alright.
a farm potato. Here for your daily...
Still don't know shizzle.
Oh, it's you. What?
Maybe our orc friend up here can help us.
Told get a friend.
You know nothing. There's a second way into his house. Oh, there's Cecilia.
Oh, fancy that. A source hunter barging in when the lady of the house is fully dressed. Who could have fathomed such a thing?
I'm sorry. Really like to check out your husband's home. It's the only place I haven't really looked is... Oh. Wait! We were just blown up by a freaking grazer.
Rest in peace, darling.
Helen!
Cutting it fine!
Rest in peace, darling.
In the footsteps of the brawler!
Footsteps of the brawler. Just level 8.
May the seven keep you.
What? Whoops. Can't be good. Bonus. It's a high level. So, alright. Oh yeah. She hits hard. Not good. Ouch. Ouch.
Eternal silence awaits you.
May the seven keep you.
Alright. Easy busy.
I needed that. Killed by an enraged zombie. I'm sure we can talk this out.
Sweet relief.
Rest in peace, darling.
Hello.
Look here. Even a sage and author as renowned as I is flattered when mortals dare among the dead to seek him out. Well, here I am, Nemeris the Wise. You may go wide-eyed with amazement now. Oh, I've written so many celebrated treatises, but of course you have read and revered the philosophy of death, the diamond in the crown that is my literary legacy.
Oh yeah, I've read that.
There isn't a civilized soul alive that hasn't perused its profound pages, percolating with perspicacity. Alas, that so few show an understanding of my words, so few show the expected intellectual growth when I put them to the test. Do you truly feel you are ready to prove that you have read and then
Yes.
we shall proceed? Between life and death, death is the greater force. So argues the clergyman. Is he correct?
Correct. He is not.
Let us proceed. Life is life's own goal. The question that is itself the answer. Good. Now I am unburdened of all worries, am I not?
Life is life own goal. The question that is itself the answer. Good. Now I am unburdened of all worries.
I concur.
Last query. Boldly do I scorn the bonds of faith and fear. Death I dub thee life's equal. Is this my salvation or my undoing?
Indeed.
So salvation.
Most impressive. Nothing
Oh.
short of miraculous. You have verily fathomed the message of my book. My undying respect is yours, to an extent.
You're full of yourself.
I may rest content in the knowledge that my legacy is in good hands. Ta-ta! I shall see you in the next life.
Oh. Gave us loot. A lot of unidentified things. I'm not sure. Dig him up. Dave! Hello, Dave.
On guard!
It's not my plan. No! Oh. Shit. No, 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 lady! Yikes. Oh yeah, he's down. My stun failed. That's cute, Siva. Healing dash. Strike. Arrow, arrow. Damn it. Come on, Murphy! Uh-oh, he's targeting Murphy. He's targeting dog.
Spirits of air, vanquish my foes.
Oh! Yikes.
I needed that.
You were right there.
Oh yeah.
An invigorating fight that was. And what a killing blow you delivered. No need for false modesty where none is needed. You're a born source hunter, and that's a fact.
Yep. Okay, I think the dog is trying to tell me something desperately. So now she can level. But not the thing I wanted to level in. Please tell me there's pet talk here. No? Ah, damn it.
Rest in peace, darling.
Five. I'll regret this, I bet.
Rest in peace, darling.
What tree is this?
Less than 7, I am restored.
It's a rotting sheep's corpse. It seems someone snapped Jake's body.
Darling.
Here lies Jake. Please do not disturb.
This dog we met, how true a creature he is. How loyal and unwavering in its affections. His master is dead, but not even this, not even nature's great betrayal of life, stops his warm-heartedness from beating. Animals, dog and deer, elk and eagle. We burden and butcher them, wretches that we are. These pillars of creation, we topple them, though their spirits are so very pure. They are. They do not scheme. They do not deceive. Perfidy. That is the human condition. This kind, this trusty beast. He is man's best friend, though man does not deserve one. Wise words. To approach humanity with the same distrust as one would approach a grinning goblin is to be ready for the stab that is to follow. I know, for I have lain on silken cushions in marble palaces, and I have lain on wet leaves in soggy forests. Vastly do I prefer the latter. Oh, the occasional thorn may pierce your skin, but at least you are aware the sting is not that of a poisoned needle hidden by aspiring rivals. In the animal kingdom only one is free. Beware the wolf, yes, beware the bear, but their rules are honest. The kingdoms of man, they are built upon the blood of the ones not strong enough to lay claim to power.
Alright.
This dog, it is a creature worthy of your affection. The ones you see around you, the men and women of this world, they are not.
So, good dog. Last but not least. A pie. Okay. Wait. We found the sheep body. I think I know what where the sheep belongs to. That belongs to that woman over here.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this pie.
Sauce hunters, eh? All right. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now. Oh, Ogget, you're rotten to the bone. Oh, me poor, sweet, plump girl. You've been wasted entirely. All that roast, all the mutton. Not even the sausage grinder will want her now. Give her here, will ya? Me little mouldering darling. I recently sold most of them now that the herd's got.
Alright.
The momentum of time is slipping through our hands, and you fritter it away on conversations about decomposing mutton. Focus, Source Hunter, focus!
So...
Wing of worm, brew 'em, spice 'em.
You there!
I really don't like to have to talk to this guy up here, but...
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face!
Oh, let's talk to Ahu first, if you can find him. There he is.
How can I help you, my friend?
What? I'd never. If you must know, I was merely checking up on Maxine, the mayor's cat.
What a delight she is. The temperament of a tiger, the grace of a leopard, and the manners of a lady all rolled into one. A perfect puss, if ever there was one.
Please, no. No.
I hope you're and what might those be?
Okay, so he has nothing on what I've gathered so far. I don't trust Aris.
Oh, what now? Oh, still not finished with that sorry matter? I see. You've come to report a dead sheep. A heap of mutton that sailed into view upon your robbing the grave of a councillor. Well, don't just stand there gawking like guppies. Hire yourself to Roberts the mortician. If anyone buried a sheep, obviously it was him. Well, have you found any incriminating evidence against? Like I said, the girl's known to be a flirt. But that sob of a feral doesn't have the mettle to commit murder. And as far as I'm concerned, neither has she. So, you found a blooded knife in Esmeralda's cellar. Guess you can scratch the top candidate off your list of cliched clues then. Not exactly enough to arrest her for, is it?
Fine. I hope I didn't have to go back to this place. It didn't really end out really well last time. Toby's not mad. I was stuck. Not my fault. Not even John. Oh yeah, I ran. Let's do this. Hey!
What do you think you're doing?
Doesn't want to be.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or of those sad story that I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from a sheep? That's a whole heap of nonsense. Don't bother me with such wild tales.
Oh man. Oh man, this isn't good. Oh. Yes! Yes! Come on!
Come now, there's no need for all that then. I'll tell you the story as best I know it.
Good.
I buried that blasted sheep, but I swear on my lucky left foot I had nothing to do with that body disappearing. 1 minute it was on my slab, you see. I left the room for just a moment to answer the bell in the front parlour, and when I returned, the body was simply gone.
Lucky left foot, my bare ass.
In its place was a sack containing more gold coins than I could even count. The message was clear. Silence is golden. My business has been declining right alongside the rest of our blighted city. And that sack of gold was worth more than I made during one of the good years. I needed cash, and someone needed my silence. I knew I had to bury something or risk being found out. So that night, I stole into the market and made off with Bertia's fattest sheep. It was a bloody waste to stick so much fine meat into the ground to rot, but it had to be done. The next day, the pallbearers retrieved Jake's coffin, sealed to hide the body's terrible wounds, none the wiser that within the casket lay nothing more venerable than a slaughtered beast. Now, you can imagine I've spent more than my share of restless nights, wondering who could have wanted that cadaver, and for what purpose. I'm not an inch closer to imagining the why, but I've got a few inklings as to the who. Near as I can reckon, there are only 4 people who could have been involved. Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, Theleron's apprentice Evelyn,
And Esmeralda? Plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with the spare keys to our businesses, you know. And he's the only person in town with a second copy of the key to the mortuary.
Okay.
He could have used it to sidle in without a peep, if he were so inclined.
He's blind as a mouse, isn't he?
Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was delivered. Came rapping at my door in the frosty morning before the sun had even started peeping, and told me to tell him, and only him, if I noticed anything strange or suspicious about the remains. Can't see why he'd bothered to go through all that trouble, unless he knew something the rest of us don't. I know it sounds strange suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as this, but there's few in this city could manage to transport a corpse without raising eyebrows.
That's true.
It was she who delivered Jake's body from the inn to the mortuary. And there was something about her that night. Some kind of excitement. Seemed she could barely contain her thoughts. That there was something thrilling about to happen. I can't quite settle it in my mind how a young medical professional would have such a strange reaction to an occasion such as that. And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, Dr. Theleron, bought an old shack of mine, one overtaken by undead, for an exorbitant price considering what he was getting. I never did figure what he wanted it for, but he sure seemed eager.
Oh, that's interesting.
I never saw a widow less distraught at the death of her husband, and I've seen hundreds pass through my parlor. It was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched. Lured me outside claiming she needed air before discussing the funeral arrangements. Some accomplice could have sneaked in and grabbed the remains while I was comforting the oh-so-overcome Esmeralda.
Right.
That gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair, and I certainly plan on making some use of it.
Damn it! Haha! Yes. Come on. Bet you. No! Damn it. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Come on, come on. Yes! I won.
Look, there's no need for all that. Take the gold then, and we'll call the rest even, okay?
Yep.
The death man is nervous as a squirrel. I'm certain he's hiding something.
You may be right. I suspect he has much more than mere skeletons hiding in his closets.
That's enough of that now!
Did he give you the gold? I think he did. Okay. So... four possible people that might have taken James' body. The mayor, Princess Evelyn and Esmeralda.
Hello again. Terribly sorry, Source Hunter, but I seem to be fresh out of priceless relics for you. Is that so? Well, I handled the corpse myself, indeed. but I hardly knew the man in life. I was shocked when Ahu asked me to come to the crime scene, but Theliron had taken ill, and the responsibility fell to me. I arrived at the inn, where the body lay just where it had fallen. The injuries were like nothing I'd ever seen. A single intricate laceration wove like lace around every inch of his skin. Neither a beginning nor an ending point were discernible. I examined the corpse and recorded what information I could. I personally delivered the corpse the short distance to the mortician's house. As far as I know, everything was, as far as a magical murder is concerned, quite normal. I've been studying under that strange reaction.
To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter?
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Who was Evelyn?
That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine golden land.
Well, we know who.
What? Oh, it's you! What, Jake? Murdered, you say? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Now I remember. Well, I'm sure the facts will prove me innocent. Keep investigating. You'll see for yourselves in time.
Right. He's the only one with the key, though, so the could I can see the reasoning there is.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your man. What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called savior of Sycile. Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble, yet fine as a chisel's edge. And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? You're exactly the person I've been searching for. That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component? Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the right body, the right spirit. Together you could uncover new and thrilling vistas. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fates. We must link our causes forevermore. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. We'll uncover fate, inch by inch. So you've joined up. You've sworn to share in our adversity and our bounty alike. Oh, you've made my heart soar. I can finally offer you our finest adventuring equipment at fantastic in-house rates. Come now, let's trade. Well, you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so widely renowned for its valor and skill. And you must be even more curious about how you yourself can suit up to face such enemies as a member of the Fabulous Five must face. Well, never fear. I have everything you need. Oh, darling, that was so long ago now. Who can remember who said what after all this time? What matters is the here and now. And in this moment, I promise to give you the best deals on adventuring equipment you'll find in all Sycile.
Okay.
You are a member of the eminent Fabulous Five, after all. I am Anna, jewel in the crown that is the Fabulous Five. I've cut 1,000 throats, and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Errata, and, with my pockets full, helped her reach enlightenment. When the day comes that I die, The gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of designer slippers. But haven't we wasted enough breath with chit-chat? Come now, why don't we trade instead? A member of the Fabulous Five can't well be seen with those playthings you call weaponry.
Okay.
Drink, you please.
Please do.
I have some things I need to sell anyway. I'm rather stocked up. Head, threat, insignificant stone, I suppose. Flaw, fuse.
So you're just hanging around again, are you? Waiting for what, exactly? Oh, you think you can speak that way? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke.
So, nice.
Oh, my good man. Drink, if you please.
Please do keep shouting.
Okay. Yep. No idea who that woman is.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your... Providing you can afford it, I'll be happy to supply you with all the gear you'll need while swinging swords alongside the Fabulous Five.
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of my time.
Right. Waitress. Dora. Francis. Who was Evelyn? Who in the world was Evelyn? It's just me that's stupid or something, because I can't remember anyone named Evelyn. Oh wait, Evelyn was the apprentice. Yeah, I'm stupid. Sorry. I'm the idiot.
The hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. So, what piece of irrefutable evidence are you of Starstone? Do you mean to imply he collected something well, what do you want to know?
Legion's greetings, Hunter. Legion's greet. And what questions are those?
What about you, Mr. Grump? Ready to talk yet?
Leave me be, I have a job to do.
Alright. Maybe I should talk to Ahu first. Now that I found out that this guy might also be.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. By all means. Of course. I hope your investigation fares well. I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there. How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene. I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Now, it may well be established that she is in fact the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters. His body is gone, replaced with that of a sheep. This is all very disconcerting, to say the least. Grave robbery reeks of necromancy. Could Jake have been involved with those that raise the dead? It seems too improbable to be true, but nevertheless. You're onto something, Hunter. Do follow the scent and see where it leads you. I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry.
I'm even more.
You again. Do feel free to depart. Oh, still not finished with that sorry matter? It was Stowe. He has a lot to answer for, but not as much as the one that did the bribing in the first place. Guess your mission is pretty clear, isn't it? Off you go to find this munificent... You dare stand here and accuse me of involvement in this sordid affair? You dare accuse a captain of the Legion? Get out! Out! Before I have my men erect a gallows and string up a sauce pinata! Oh, what? Yes. This was Stowe. Yes. Well, I assume it hasn't crawled back. Evelyn? Master Theliron's apprentice? Nice lass, huh? Brewed me a potion once that cured me of a rash more bothersome than a badger down your breeches. No, she doesn't seem like the type to play hide-and-seek with stiffs to me. You suspect the mayor? Dear me, you couldn't be further from the mark if you lay the blame on a paraplegic cow. The man raised a foundling orc out of the goodness of his heart, you dolt. A murder indeed. Well, have you found any incriminating evidence against her? If so...
He is not making it easy. Something tells me that the only way I can really find answer is, well, first off, dig up this last grave and do this tunnel here. But I do not know where the tunnel leads, and that really annoys me. And all I know, Dungeons and Dragons. It's Dungeons and Dragons. You should crawl. Dungeons and dungeon crawling. But yeah, I know this. But last time.
I am on the trail, Source Hunter.
Okay, she's still there. Right. Last time we were down here, it auto-saved by itself. Now we quick save. Okay, those guys are still dead. That's a good thing. What in the world are? Hello! You creepy dude. Yeah, sorry, Bay, but this guy is fire.
Try again.
Ha! Nope. Use, okay. We'll move free. I still can't hit him. Oh dear. Glad it rained. Very glad it rained. I did not expect
No glory in this death.
whatever that was.
I feel better already.
I'm drenched.
Okay, you dude have not got new stuff. Didn't you have like some weird stuff? Oh. You take this. You hold on to that. And you hold on to that. Not sure what you have, but yeah. Okay. Let's see here. I think a little more life is good this time around. Check one in crafting. Never know when you need a good crafting. And Constitution. Need health. Blacksmithing. Alright, blacksmith. You. I said pyrokinetics. And perception.
Things got pretty hairy there for a bit. I could feel the very Reaper breathing down my neck. Thank you. I know you have my back, and I very much appreciate it.
I'm so unsure what's going on between those two now. Oh. What do you have here? Save. Wait, I've got to do something new. Huh. Oh, of course. Okay.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
See a trap? Where? Oil. Oh, I see a trap.
You see the white light.
Hayden! Fast!
Let's retry that. Let's retry that, because, huh. That was painful. Okay.
Careful! I've spotted a trap.
Wow. This isn't good. It's a way to like get past that trap without.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
I'm unsure. Can I wash away the oil?
Gods weep upon the earth.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
All right. There we go. Worst of it. Okay, we found some rope here. Yes. Purple suit Jahan. That's a lot of fire. There's a puzzle to this.
Careful now, that's a trap.
And that's how you stop the traps. Oh. Go, 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 go. Oh my god.
Look out, I see a trap nearby.
Can we stop? Can we stop with... Stop with the traps, please. Uh-oh. Found a journal. They have themselves across the heathen cells across the town like great slimy rats. Soon enough a heathen tapping back on one side door. To think the smithy of Cecile will close for this. These doors have their remained open through Sleet and shine for 100 years. Shot for a passel of living bones. Many of them. The undead don't like fire. So I've heard. So they'll get a mouthful of it if they dare to crawl this cellar. And no innocent enter this cellar with other traps. A sprung. It is a chance. Okay. Okay, so that's how we got in here. I'll give my cleric that. Thank you very much. Still need an identification class or something.
What's this? I found something.
Hello.
Appears to be locked.
Not any longer. Oh, come on. This is so obvious right now. How they escaped, that is. Ah, man. So obvious. As far as I can see, there's oil here, and I guess that's the blacksmith that has secured that road. What's up here? This up here, there's lights this way, so someone must have used this place. That's my deduction of things. My expert. Oh, fuck.
You see a shady-looking figure fishing coins of gold out of the muddy water that pools beneath the well overhead. His movements are quick and nervous, but nevertheless, he seems to enjoy stuffing what cash he can find into the many pockets of his shabby garb. So absorbed is he in his coin hoarding that at first he doesn't notice your presence. Suddenly, though, he pauses, looks up, and quick as a cat its talons, readies 2 daggers. Your friendly tone of voice has immediate effect. The man quickly relaxes his aggressive stance, sheathes his weapons, and pulls a quill and a scrap of parchment out of one of his pockets. Dexterously, he writes down a couple of phrases, then holds it out for you to read.
Mute. Can't speak. You look professional. You the source hunter the wizard asked for?
Excitedly, the man turns over the scrap and pens a few more lines.
Name's Woolgraf. I admire you. No hero like source hunter. Sizing dead end. Please let me join you.
Woolgraf nods enthusiastically and pulls a couple of ripped parchment pieces out from his vestments. Hastily, he covers them with words and pushes them in your hands, one after the other.
Been mute since I was a kid. Sorcerers took my voice. People think I'm stupid. I'm not. Get money, food where I can.
Steal if I must. Not from poor folks. I'm a good sneak, good fighter, good with logs. See things you don't. Want to help you. I'm useful. Want to catch sorcerers. Make 'em pay. Please. Wargraf notices there's no room left in your party and shrugs his shoulders. Nothing he can do about that.
So, what is he doing here? Up. Where am I? Oh, this is definitely not inside the city. Down, down. Okay, so now we know that way leads out of the city. Oh, of course, lights. More fires actually over here. Right. Not sure if this warm spell can do something with this fire here.
You can't hide in the shadows, worm.
Why did you do that?
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Oh. I see too. Let's avoid it.
Careful, I spotted a trap.
Don't ever do. Oh, okay, no.
I don't have the right tool for mining.
Oh, so you can mine over as well, okay. Another saving. Saves and gains me armor. Stuff is about to go down. And I have no idea where I am. So it just got a lot richer.
What can I do for you, source? And so let the hunt.
I am no closer to finding out where that buddy is, am I? But alright. Oh, told us what happening in happened at third into the room, saw the otherwise, struggle, when Incuba went to see what happened, the room was destroyed and Jake was dead. That's what we know so far. What was a third? What was a third? The question is who the third is.
I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. Yes, she and I have a history.
Oh, that's a Dugerfiddle.
That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I, I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be. Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder. Which one? I've written Esmeralda more works of lyrical mastery than I can count. All that letter proves is my devotion to my lady, not any actual intention to do away with Jake. Which one?
Oh.
I've written Esmeralda. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the counselor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wish the man harm. I am the Duke of Ferrell, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now.
Sneaked off, too.
A source hunter. I'd like to...
Zimbladorix! That! Ha! Me? You mean you don't recognize me? Well, you must live under a very large, very heavy rock, for I'm the finest wizard in Rivellon. Yes, that is strange. Strange indeed. But it's a strange world we live in, isn't it? A strange and magical world, full of wonders and regionis regentum. Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out indeed. If I'm as good as they say I am, you'll have sprouted a pair of long purple ears in the next hour. Ah, how I do love a tasty aubergine in summertime.
Right.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane...
Hello again. How can I help? Mind if we keep our voices down over that Councillor Jake? That poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake. Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrell, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman, though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Councillor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent.
We've all been through this.
It was only Jake. Whoever done it has escaped through the window. But I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that.
Something that doesn't add up. There's been a battle in here or something. Put it this way. That's a window that was lived out of. I think I know one who might actually.
Salutations!
Where's the other talkative fellow?
They're dead.
Oh.
Lived if we hadn't intervened.
She killed them!
Right.
Those fools are dead! I knew that she-beast would bring disaster. It was that orc. She snapped, grabbed them, popped their necks, and then ran out of here like a wild beast. I'm only grateful she didn't notice me standing here. Can you imagine? By the gods! She killed them!
Sorry about that.
No, what did he say?
Back again? Got any juicy stories for that? Fusspotson? What? Well, old Loose Lips will let that lowly backbiter know what he thinks about that. So, something you'd like to say to my face?
I haven't a thing to say to you. I'm on duty.
Duty, indeed. Put up your fists.
Are you mad? We're guards, not drunks on the street.
Enough! Both of you! What is this barbarism? Back to your post at once!
Sir, this is an important matter. A matter of honor.
Such matters are to be settled on your own time. Understood?
Understood, sir.
Such bickering is all that thieves need to sneak by unnoticed.
It won't happen again, sir.
It better damn well not.
Guard duty's not so bad, hey?
Would be quite a...
That old spoilsport Horatius can gripe all he wants. I won't let him affect my disposition. No, sir.
You've caused enough
Salutations! Source hunters, I see.
Kind of want to see if I can get in there again now. Well.
I wouldn't let Norway 500 yards. Ahoy, sailor! Aye, that Cecil's worse than a rooster. Crowing all around town about matters he ought to know I better keep quiet. Well, if you know about the staff, I suppose you also know it's gone without a trick. For my part, I haven't a clue where it could have gone. Overboard, stolen, or vanished into thin air. Though I'm quite eager to see it return. I've got a reputation to uphold, you know. Wouldn't hurt to ask some of my men. I tried myself, but sailors tend to be a bit tight-lipped when they're afraid of getting one another in some trouble.
Shores? He was too busy dodging fireballs to notice anything myself. But ask around a bit. Could be one of the other men spied something I didn't. To the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Now that you mention it, I noticed Dietmar, a fellow merchant travelling with us, carrying a sealed box off the ship during their tank. At the time, I figured he was just escaping with his personal effects. But it could well have been that staff you're talking about. Well, sure, I saw him slip off the ship, but I haven't a clue where it could possibly be now. Captain Conrad's the man to ask for such matters.
Oh, and that's yours? Here? In staff or what now?
No, never heard of it. Don't know much about him myself, except that he and Captain have partnered up more than a few times for long journeys. Perhaps one of the other crewmen will be able to tell you more. Don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the
Sauce?
Don't know much about it. Was too big.
Heard anything about the whereabouts of the magic stick yet?
Loopy Legionnaire
What?
really thinks
That weasel has it for sure. But I'll tell you this. I didn't speak of that stuff to a soul on board. If he's the one who took it, he must have known it was on the ship before stepping foot on her deck. I'm sure he'll make a run for it, probably by boat. I'd look for him on an out-of-sight beach somewhere. He's probably there now trying to launch a vessel in private. If he hasn't already escaped, that is.
Speaking of youthful cure, that Loopy Legionnaire
Lot of boats. You know, maybe the beggar up here has seen something.
Source hunters, eh? All right, if you've got a favourite sheep, best that louse. Did he even bother grilling a single luscious chop? I bet he wasted every last morsel. Captain Aureus will have a thing or two to say about this.
Justice!
Can you spare a... May the seven bless you, most generous friend. May the so... Oh, I am a happy man, and certain... Thank you, kind one. Oh, I am a happy... Ah, I'd heard that they told fire...
Sorry, sir.
Drink and gamble, that's all. Attention!
Aye, Mr. Head Honcho Legionnaire. The source hunter says that creep Robert stole my sheep.
And?
Well, aren't you going to arrest that stinking thief?
I'll have a talk with him, madam. Ah, the source hunter. Oh, joyous hour. Oh, still not finished. It was stolen. Yes, yes. What? You deaf!
Yep, he's still not happy about that. Very defensive of himself.
I hope your quest fares well, dear. But certainly. What would you like to know? Oh, that'll never. I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't... By all means. I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their... Of course. I hope your investigation fares well. I can't... They say... I say... It took a while for... How and why he came to be there, no one knows. but I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town has already... Now, it may well be his body is... It seems too improbable to be true, but nevertheless. And what might those be? And what might those who are raising the dead dwell among... The enemy is wily. They know us...
I have no idea, guys. I mean, the bloody bastard could be anywhere. So see, so far it seems Esmeralda is subject of being the scapegoat. No real proof that it was her. Rummagers and stuff, I guess. Figure in. Oh, pledge for a shovel.
Would your wife or stand the seven written by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire.
Something going on here. What am I overseeing? Well, guys, we got further in the murder case. We learned something. Now we got three core suspects. Personally, I think it's either Esmeralda or the captain. The captain because he is very defensive of that it was not him and blah blah blah. And Esmeralda because she is very flirtatious. So yeah, but that's all for this time. Hope you enjoyed this this playthrough. It was a bit longer than expected. This video will be, yeah. If you this video will be in multiple parts, of course, due to this, or has been cut in multiple parts when you get to this point. If you enjoyed this playthrough, make sure to subscribe. If you dislike the video, downvote it as much as you can, or if you liked it, upvote it as much as you can. Down in the description you can find the rest of Team Projectile's channels, Crush, Eclipse and the Broman. So do enjoy, and happy gaming, y'all.